Hello and welcome to today's video. We're here doing something very, very cool. We are actually going to attempt to kind of like build our own Overwatch League team with players that are like in the Overwatch League, right? So I got the list here from the Overwatch League website, and it's all the teams, so I can just click on one and see what the players are. Then I have my list here, because each team can have 12 players on it. I don't really know what team has 12 players. London? Does London have 12? No. I know that there's one team that has 12 players. This one. Like here, they have 12 players. So, we're going to take and build the team of 12 players ourselves. And we're going to see, talk a little bit about why I picked those players. We probably won't be picking any players from Houston that don't really have them be good on their team. Dallas doesn't really have them be good. And I mean, when I say they don't have them be good, I mean, players that I don't want to build on a team, you know what I mean? Like, because these players, any of them could beat me in a Overwatch match. It's pretty obvious. But, yeah, like, these teams, not really the number that I want. Maybe from these teams maybe. Philadelphia, probably not. I mean, EQO is pretty good, but I'm not putting him on my team. Absolutely not. He made fun of the in his stream when he made fun of Korean players, and he got suspended. I personally would have just not had him on the team at all. Not just banning him for 3 games. I would have had him kicked off the team in general. That's just me. So we'll probably be getting players from London. So probably from this row. Maybe from Uprising. There's one player on there that's pretty good. Seoul, Shanghai. Shanghai has 1 player. Pretty good. But we're going to go here. First player. My favorite player in Overwatch League is Sabiolby. I mean, if you're going to build a team, like, you might as well just start with the best player. Sabiolby's a great player, great tracer skills, and I think that he's the best player in the league, and I'd put him on my team first. So, that's a thing. Then they got Jonai here. He'd actually be the second player I put on my team. Like, he's crazy on the Zenyatta. His abilities, like, it's just crazy how much healing he does, but it's almost like having another DPS player. The amount of damage that he puts out as a tracer, as a Zenyatta player is just crazy. So I'd put him on the team next. Then we come down here to Seoul Dynasty. I'd put Fleta next. I think that he's a very good player as well. He does a lot of, wait, does it go? Yeah, it does go by the capitals, so it's all capital, I guess. He's just a very good DPS player as well. I think a lot of times he goes on Widow, honestly, from what I remember of the matches that they show him playing. When Seoul decides to play him, he goes on the Widowmaker a lot. Can't click on him. Alright. But that's the thing, so he's definitely a good player as well to have. Next we're going to have Ryujay Hong here. He will be our 4th player. He's very important to Seoul. I forgot what match it was that he was playing. Because I've watched all but 2 Seoul Dynasty matches all season. But I forgot what one he was playing. It might have been against New York, or London, one of the 2, that they just shut him down. If they get in the back lines and start disrupting him, Seoul just has a lot of problems. So that is why I added him to the team. Not because he has a lot of problems, but because he is like really, really important to the team. Alright, so we have 4 players here. Those are kind of givens. Those are ones that I knew I was going to put. I know who I want to put at 11 and 12. We'll get to those after. So we'd have, what? 2 DPS and 2 healers. So we do some tanks. They got Fissure here from the Gladiators. I'm going to put him 5th. Oops. Wrong one. He's a very, very good tank. I think that when he played on London, they didn't really use him that much. But when he went to the Gladiators, I think he's helped them get better than this guy here. I remix. Fissure's just like so much better. You have a good tank, you're definitely going to, like, they only have 2 tank players on their team. Alright, so I'm gonna take, next tank is gonna be Mono from New York Excel. We got 3 New York Excel players. Mono is a very, very good tank for New York. You know, I think that they have a very good lineup in general, so to have Mono just doing tank, I believe he plays D.Va the most. Maybe wrong, but I think he plays D.Va. And it's very good when he does play D.Va and just does the thing, because I think having a good D.Va player is very important to your team. Playing D.Va myself, I would think that having a good D.Va player. But if you look at the Overwatch League, in Stage 1, Mercy was the most picked character, but in Stage 2, and now going to Stage 3, it's been D.Va as one of the most picked characters. She's just very, very viable to your team. And that's the thing. So having a good D.Va player is very important, and for a tank, that's what you want. Alright, so we have 6 players. So these would be, basically if I had to have a team, these would be my starting 6 players. Because we got 2 DPS, 2 healers, 2 tanks. Now, of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, that'd be my starting lineup, but it probably would be. What do we got here for London? I'm gonna take Birdring next. He's, like, the main guy for, London. Because they have Prophet and Birdring. When they play together, it's just, that's their main team, and they just go. They lost some of their games, but not starting that main team. Actually, we're going to take Prophet next as well. I think getting Prophet and Birdring together is a very good combination, and to have both of them on a team, I think works very, very well. Let's go here. So we've taken players from London, Gladiators, Excel, Dynasty. I think we're going to take... let's see, what do we have? Now we got a lot of DPS. Maybe we'll take Toby next. Alright, we're gonna get Toby next from Soul Dynasty. You get Toby's just a very good healer himself, so you get him to play, and you have a good good chance there if he plays with like any of the he plays with Rage on the most. So when they play together, it's very very good there. Gambler's a new player, but I think he's still like their second guy. Not like they should use their second team. That's how they lose. That's when they lost to the Valiant a couple days ago. Does Valiant have anybody that I actually want? I don't know. Let's see. How many spots do we have left? Alright, so we need to find one player to be 10th. One player to be 10th. Because we're going to take a player from here and a player from here as our 11th or 12th player. Oh, I know who I want. I'm going to go Boston. Dreamcasper. I was thinking of how am I going to put him on the team, but yeah. Dreamcasper is the other player. When you see Boston play, he is like just going off, doing crazy things, and he's honestly part of the reason why Boston has some of the wins they have. I don't know how many wins they have. How many wins does Boston have? 1? No, that's stage 3. Boston has 13 wins. I think that's part of it. He's a very good player, indeed. All right, on to New York yourself. Now, I do notice something about our team. All but Dreamcasper. So besides him, all the players are Korean. Fun fact. All right. Next, we're gonna put Pine. Pine is sort of like there just because he's like good. Isn't this like any role type thing or like multiple roles? I don't really know. Because DPS, healing, tank. That might be just like a flex position. But I think that Pine is a very very good player, as you guys can see from the league. He comes in and plays, but you don't necessarily want him on every map. So that's why, putting him in just occasionally is what New York does, and he'd be a good player to have, but you don't want to play him all the time. Now we're going to go to Shanghai Dragons. We're going to get Guri here. I believe that's how you say her name. Now, I know this is Lemine's favorite player when Lemine makes his team, because I told him, hey, make a team as well. That's going to be his first pick. Because that's like his favorite player. I don't know. He thinks that she's going to like turn the entire Shanghai Dragons around and they're going to win. He also insists on calling her Kim all the time. Because I think he thinks it's a funny meme or something. But either way, I put her on the team because I've only watched one match in the States. There's only been one match for every team. As you guys can see by when I looked at the standings, that every team's just played once. But Seoul and Florida at the bottom. Oh my god. But watching the one match, she did okay. I tweeted out. I don't know if she's all hype or actually, can I find that tweet? Let's see. I think I have it somewhere here that I tweeted it. Yeah, it should be right here. I don't know if she's like overhyped or just stuck in a bad team. I'm not really sure. I think that she can be a good player based on the things that whatever it was, the things that were talked about before she came into the league. That she was like a really good player. People thought she was like aimbotting and all that shit. I didn't want to click on the team. So, I don't know. Seeing from her play, it's really hard to tell based on one match if she's going to be a good player or not. Because trying to get the front line for Korean players to talk with the back line healers that are Chinese, it's a little bit hard to talk between two different languages and only playing one match together. So they did have that slight issue that they couldn't necessarily communicate all that stuff, so I can't really tell, like, is she a good player, or is she just, like, was she overhyped coming to the league? I feel like she'll be a good player, but I think they just have to get the communication down between the Korean and Chinese players, and they'll be doing pretty good. But I think that's why I just put her on the team. Get an extra player, get somebody in there who has potential, but you don't really know yet. So we got Sabiolbi, who's DPS, Jonag, healer, Fleta, who is DPS, Ray Jae-hong, who's a healer, Fissure and Mono, who are tanks, Birdring and Prophet, who are DPS, Toby is a healer, Dreamcasper, DPS. I think, what did I say Pine was? I know he's DPS, but it says that he's sort of a flex player, but he just mostly plays McCree. And then we got Guri here, who's tank. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DPS. And 3 tanks, 3 healers. Alright, that's not bad. I mean, this is your starting lineup. I don't really know how many times you're not going to do that. Have that starting lineup play. Maybe if you're Seoul or London, you might set them out. But, I mean, even if, this isn't a bad lineup either. So, that's the thing. Yikes. But yeah, this is my team that I built, and I put the numbers based on, like, it was a draft, and I had to draft players. This is the order I drafted them in. Now, I don't feel like these players would go this late in a draft. Maybe, like, Guri might go kind of late, because, again, she's only played one match, but most of the other players, I mean, the chance that you're going to get Jonak in the second round of a draft is, like, highly unlikely if there's, like, 12 teams. She's, like, one of the best healers. Same with, like, getting Ray Jae-hong fourth. That's not happening. But either way, that's our team. So we took players from Boston, London, LA Gladiators, New York Cell, Seoul Dynasty, and Shanghai Dragons. That's really it. The other teams, there wasn't really anybody that was interesting to me. And these 3 teams don't really have that many, like, super talented players. I mean, they're talented, but you know what I mean? Like, they're not like, oh my god, I need them on my team. Philadelphia maybe has 1, but we're not putting them on the team, as we discussed earlier. San Francisco. They got a lot of young players, but I haven't really seen them play. I don't really want to take 2 risks of players when we already took 1 here in Gaguri from Shanghai. And again, Valiant. Costa's good. Maybe he'd be someone that we put, but I don't really know. Space is supposed to be good, but he's only played like 1 match as well. So I'm not really trying to take a risk on these younger players. I want to take players that I've seen play, and then 1 risk. And that's what we've done. I've taken 11 players that I've seen play, and then 1 like risk player that you don't really know. Is she going to be good? Or was she just all hype coming in the league? Hopefully she'll be good. That'd be very good to see, but for Lillian to say she's the best player in the league, that's a bit of a stretch. I think Sabio is the best player in the league, and I'm going to stick with that. But, oh yeah, make sure you guys go follow on Twitter. There's a bunch of spicy shit that goes down on Twitter. I don't actually know what goes down on Twitter. But apparently, I put spicy shit on Twitter. So links down below. If you want to go check out Twitter, Instagram, make sure you subscribe. Also, we do have power ranking videos coming out later in the week or on Sunday. If you guys want to see our power rankings based on the Stage 3 first week, what teams are going to go and maybe go and win their both matches, and what teams are going to lose both their first matches, and what's going to happen. I'm going to break down everything from that in our video. That'll be coming out this Sunday, so hopefully you guys check that out. Again, subscribe if you are new, and if you guys like this type of videos. Also, let me know how you did feel about these videos, because I feel like this is a interesting. I don't know where this dude's hometown is. He's just here. He's from Korea, but I don't know where hometown he's from. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, all these players are from the same city. All from Busan, Korea. Interesting. I didn't know Effect is from Korea. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more Overwatch League videos like this, let me know. And we'll see you guys in the next one.